Alright, what Minecraft seed should I speedrun? Wait. Yep, I'm literally speedrunning the seed Minecraft, something that, to my knowledge, no one has completed in under 10 minutes. The fastest time I could find was a 13:15 by Sam Dow, so I think it's safe to say this run holds the world record. After carefully routing the seed and pouring in hundreds of attempts, I finally got an insane run on this seed. But with hundreds of attempts comes hundreds of failures. What? I don't really know what happened to my last block, but average. Yeah, you're all mad? Okay, well. Okay, it's time for the finished run. I've been playing Seed Minecraft for quite a while, so yeah, I'm up to attempt 113. Anyways, this seed was super fun to explore, and there are some crazy things about this seed that I'm just gonna let play out. First off, my island spawn on this seed is literal shit. There are no trees in sight, and the nearest shipwreck with iron is a fairly long way away. But I don't care, cause I'm running to this side of the island to mine 2 blocks of sand, and there it is. Buried treasure. I'm able to quickly loot 6 cooked salmon for food and 13 iron, enough for everything I need to craft in the run. But the first thing I've crafted is a pressure plate, and now you might be thinking, why the hell would you craft a pressure plate before you craft literally anything else? And the answer's pretty cool. I'm making my way towards a shipwreck, and while it doesn't contain a treasure chest, I can still use the pressure plate to breathe underwater while I mine the wooden side, seeing as I have enough excess iron. And I place a sand block on top to force myself into the swimming position. From here, I can start making real progress, instead of running around with some fish and a heavy weighted pressure plate. I finally have access to wood over 40 seconds in the run, and I'm able to craft up my tools and a bucket, which will come in handy later. I grab some backup food just in case, and I craft some utility items to help me out too. Overall, my crafting and movement was really good, and I can leave the shipwreck at 1 minute and 5 seconds. I don't travel far though, because I need to mine gravel for flint using a door to breathe this time, because what else would I use, a magical potion? Well, I'm getting pretty unlucky with my rates, but not only that, I need to hit away some random stranger who wants to touch me, then swim away from my problems. I go to my dig down spot, which I find using the seagrass as a landmark, and it's only a short dig until I find myself at a conveniently placed lava pool, where I can use my bucket to create a nether board. So with full iron tools and a good amount of food, I'm ready for the nether. I just have to fill in some blocks, craft flint and steel, and light the portal, so I'm entering at a good time of less than 1 minute 50 seconds. I wait a split second for the nether to load, and then I'm off and running through the nether. But this isn't a normal nether, and you can tell, because first thing, I mine 2 blocks, and all of a sudden I'm running through a cave. Importantly, this nether spawn, which is also literal garbage, has no open areas apart from caves and ravines, so I had to make a path that goes through them all to get where I need to go. Still, this part is pretty interesting, and I have to spend all my blocks to get to the top of the nether through bridging and pillaring up. Now, the reason I'm travelling up is because of Minecraft's super legendary terrain generation, because the only passage that leads anywhere is at the top of the nether, like Y100, or I don't know, something stupid. Unfortunately, things like this are bound to happen in set seeds, and there's nothing I can do about that. I finally come out into this opening, and this man-pig with a missile launch gives me a freaking heart attack, but I'm at the top of the nether at 2 minutes 40 seconds. I mine a bit of wood for later, and all I have to do is keep on running, hitting my head to go faster wherever I can. I just have to keep my movement nice and smooth, and keep on following the pathway. This goes really damn well, until on the way, I dodge a mutated pig family who wants to eat me, and then a little later, I have to avoid a couple more pig dudes. And after all of this, I reach a bastion. You can see it bottom right, but before I go in, I'll just boat off this cliff casually and take no fall damage because Minecraft is a great game with no obvious flaws. The bastion I'm going into is a bridge bastion, which has 13 gold blocks on a platform called the Chalice at the front, and by mining into the wall here, I can access that directly, breaking into the gold area at 3 minutes 25. I'm going to mine 13 blocks because more than this simply isn't necessary, and I'm going to trade it back to the piglins in the place who think they're so cool, but they're actually so dumb, and in reality, I'm just giving them back their very own gold, and they'll never even know because they're a bunch of stupid, worthless pigs. And from that, they'll give me materials I need to beat the game. So, yeah, I craft a gold pick for later, I craft a helmet so I don't get abused, and I punch a child who's just there and run to the main part of the bastion. The other half of this bastion consists of ramparts, which can generate as a single chest or triple chest. Luckily on this side I get a triple chest rampart, meaning there's more pigs to trade with. By mining a hole, breaking a gold block, and throwing gold, I'm able to funnel a dozen pigs into a 1x1 hole, because that's how physics works, before I steal their prized possessions. And after one quick check for more pigs, I'm able to loot the chests. This double chest is mediocre, but the second chest is completely juiced out, giving me over 10 obsidian to build an exit portal with. And now, all I can do is wait. After setting up my gravel, I pick up some pearls fast, so I set up something called a pearl hang. Basically, by throwing a pearl far enough and becoming temporarily short-sighted, I'm able to unload the pearl and keep it in the air for as long as I want. Meanwhile, it's time for the waiting game. At first, I'm looking to get over a stack of pearls for movement and Eyes of Ender, but I don't think I have to wait too long to get that. The last thing I need from these idiots crammed in a hole are string trades. Considering my glowstone and crying obsidian trade so far, I only need at least 36 string, and anything less than that just isn't going to cut it. So after a little bit more patience over a couple more trade cycles, I get 51 string so I quickly become not blind and teleport out of there. The pearl lands and I'm free to travel to the fortress using enderman balls to help me. In this moment, I forget to click on a square I actually want the item to go into, so I casually leave behind a substance that makes you invincible to all fire and lava, but that's okay. On my travels, I almost throw up as I enter the worst biome in the game, and I throw a pretty long pearl here. Doesn't go as far as I wanted to, but the time loss isn't too bad. I just have to walk a little bit further, and finally, you can see the fortress in the distance, and with one massive pearl, I'm able to land on the bridge. Instantly, I set my render distance to 5 and start killing blazers. Now you might be wondering why I've once again purposely half-blinded myself, but all this does is make all mobs spawn closer to you than usual. Because spawns are already increased in Soul Sand Valleys, this pretty much puts spawn rates on steroids, the trade-off being every spawn has a 50% chance of being a wither skeleton, which adds up pretty quickly. Apart from this bozo right here, I get relatively lucky with a lot of my spawns being blazers, and as you can see, I've already killed my first cluster of blazers. But just a little further down the bridge, there's another. I reset my render distance because I likely have enough spawns, and as I'm killing them, my rates definitely start to pick up. Every last one of them drops a blaze rod. I don't even need that last rod, so I drop it, and I'm able to leave at 6 minutes 20 seconds. This is the part of the run where I travel to the Stronghold where the end portal is, and seeing as 1 block in the Nether is equal to 8 in the Overworld, I'm able to travel places thousands of blocks away in just seconds. I'm traveling there as fast as I can using pearls and soul speed, but most importantly, I'm trying to calm myself down. This is my best pace yet, and I'm not trying to be stupid, in contrast to all my bloopers. After this pearl, I run into this ravine, and follow it all the way to the end, still trying to control my nerves. This is as close as I can get to the exit location, without mining, so I use my gold pickaxe I crafted from earlier to giga drill through the wall to where I can start building my portal. I accidentally commit small brain and hollow out too many blocks, but I figure it out and start placing my obsidian, just trying not to mess up. Once I light the portal, I align myself by running into a corner, and after a short animation, bang, I spy. While I can't blind straight into the portal room because of inconsistencies, the pathing is super simple, and on the way, I can pick up some more food for the end fight. On my left is the portal, which I jump straight through the middle of so silverfish don't harass me. Then I craft my eyes and fill in the missing slots. And now I'm entering the end on solid sub 10 pace at 7 minutes 39 seconds. Unfortunately, the end island generation is very bad, because the spawn is 6 blocks buried, making the 0 cycle setup needed on this seed impossible by default. This means that I have to wait for the dragon to choose to perch, a chance event that takes more time to happen. To make matters worse, the island terrain is sloped, making the pelt to the fountain really awkward to pull off. Before the one cycle, I set up some obsidian and get crafting. I craft my string into beds, and I craft a respawn anchor, all of which, for some reason, explode in the end, doing more damage than TNT. At this point, the dragon could have perched instantly, which has a 1 in 13 chance of happening, but the good runs aren't always the ones you get the perch. In the meantime, I have to retreat to one side to give the dragon a higher chance of going and pearl in when it does. And if you're still watching, congratulations, you made it to the end of the run. Feel free to check out the seed yourself or ask questions in the comments. But before this run finishes, I want to talk about the one cycle, because it was legitimately the scariest thing I pulled off on the seed. When I pearled into the middle, I accidentally looked at an enderman, and I didn't know it was angry at me before the dragon was at optimal height. You'll see how multitasking in that situation goes in a couple seconds when the dragon perches, so I guess, enjoy the one cycle. Dude, please don't hit me through the wall. Oh my god, I'm begging you. Oh my god. Dude, that's it. There's no way I'm getting a run better than that. I got a 940 before this, but it was the sloppiest run. It was carried by an instant purge. I don't care that this could be sub 9. I care that I played well. I thought I fucked up that one cycle by looking at the enderman. I don't even know when that happened. I got the 940 on attempt 57. That was attempt 113.